All right, so we're gonna do sulfur as an example of what you need to do. So we need to do three things, right? We need to say if it's first, make our electron dot diagram. That's right here, right? Then we have to say if it's gonna give or take electrons, and then let's make a drawing of a happy atom, right? So first, let's just do our normal like electron dot diagram, right? Again, remember the electron dot diagram is not drawing the whole atom anymore. We're not doing that anymore, right? What we're just doing is making the valence electrons, which is the outermost ring, right? Which one? So it's a little bit easier than what we've done in the past, okay? So we're simplifying things. So you still need to use the right periodic table because we need to know how many electrons should be on there, right? We know that it has three rings because it's in the third ring. But when we draw the electron dot diagram, all we care about is what does the third ring look like, right? So since sulfur is here, right? How do I count valence electrons? Remember, I get rid of the middle part and I just go 1, 2. It's in the third, fourth, fifth, the sixth tall column, right? So if I'm making my electron dot diagram, I'm just going to take 6 of my things here, my electrons, and I am going to put them like this, okay? So this is what I would do right here. So if I'm done, I would take a screenshot of this and I would put that into here, right? So I'm going to do that right now, right? So take a screenshot of that. I'm not going to put it in right now just for time purposes, but that's what I'm going to do. Right now, the question is sulfur going to be a giver or taker? Now remember, the magic numbers that we're always talking about is 0 or 8. Which one is sulfur going to get to? Is it easier for sulfur to get to 8 electrons or to get to 0? Right? In this case, it has already 6. Right? Is it really going to give away all 6? Or what I think is better is that it's just going to take 2 more because 2 is less than, right? It's easier to get 2 electrons than it is to lose 6 electrons, right? So it's going to take these 2. So we know that now sulfur, since it has 6 valence electrons, is going to be a taker of electrons. Okay. Now, because sulfur has just taken 2 electrons, what do? We just kind of disrupted the whole, what we've been talking about, which is the number of protons and the number of electrons have been always equal. Well, now we added 2 more electrons. Guess what? They're not equal anymore, right? We have 2 more electrons now than protons. So what do? We have to put, right, brackets around it to show that, hey, it's not equal anymore. The protons and electrons aren't equal. Well, by how much? We know it's 2. So remember, so then I have to bring in the 2 minus. Now remember, the minus sign does not mean subtract, right? The minus sign means it's a symbol for electrons. Basically what it's saying is I now have 2 more electrons, and electrons are negatively charged, right? So that means I now have a 2 minus charge to my sulfur, and this is my happy atom. So this is what I would take a screenshot of, right? And then I'm going to put that in there. Okay, and that's all you're doing for this lab as you go through it. So you're just starting with the electron dot diagram, say if it's a giver or taker, and then make your happy atom. Okay.